heaven has waited for you to pause. There are only 3 minutes left in this sacred unfolding. Not just time on a clock, but a doorway, a veil, a moment. And in this moment, a soul you once held close, someone who once smiled beside you in a light of day, reaches from the realm beyond, asking for your attention. Not in fear, not in sorrow, but in divine urgency. This is not just another video. This is a sacred whisper stitched into the fabric of eternity. I am Archangel Michael, and I speak not just for myself, but for the one who loves you still, the one who has walked with you longer than you know, even beyond their final breath on earth. They have chosen this moment, and they have chosen you. They watched you long after they left the earth behind. They stood near you while you cried, hoping you'd sense their presence. They placed signs in your path, feathers, flickers of light, the sudden scent of something familiar. But the noise of grief can silence even the strongest spirit, and perhaps you missed them. Or perhaps you doubted the voice that whispered when no one else was around. But listen now. Listen closer than ever before. That presence is near again. The veil is thin, and in that fragile space between worlds, they ask me to tell you, please don't skip this. Even if you're tired, even if you've stopped hoping, even if your faith has grown quiet, there are words I never had time to say, but I say them now, through this voice. You've been walking with weight pressed upon your chest, memories that ache like open wounds, guilt that whispers you should have done more, said more, been more present. But hear this, soul of light. They are not angry. They are not disappointed. They are not gone. They saw every tear fall. They heard every whispered prayer you spoke in the dark. They caught each breath of sorrow you thought no one could witness. And still, their love remains. Let this settle within you. You felt this before, haven't you? They're saying, I never left you. And even now their spirit is moving beside yours, just as the wind brushes leaves without needing to be seen. When you sit in silence, they answer. When you feel alone, they are closer than your shadow. And right now they are asking you to stay, to listen, not just with your ears, but with a quiet space inside your soul that remembers them without words. This message isn't for the crowd. It was sent only to you, the one who has struggled in secret, the one who wakes up weary even after hours of sleep, the one whose smile hides a fatigue deeper than the body, fatigue of the spirit, of carrying pain that no one else has noticed, but heaven has noticed. And I, Archangel Michael, have been called to intervene. That's why this found you at the perfect moment. The moment your heart was breaking open just enough for light to enter. They want you to know something is shifting. The heaviness you've carried, it's not forever. The delay, the confusion, the heartache, it is not the end. But you must not dismiss this moment. There is a whisper breaking through the veil. Tell them I miss them every day. Tell them I didn't want to go, but now that I am free, I'm doing everything I can to help them from where I am. Yes, they are helping, orchestrating things your eyes cannot yet see, aligning people, moments, and miracles that are already moving towards you. And you'll begin to feel it soon, a warmth in your chest, a stillness in your thoughts, a peace that defies reason. Because what is happening now is not imagination, it is visitation. And the holy reaches you not through thunder, but through a whisper in your soul. You may not understand now, but you will. Heaven is still speaking. You have seen signs, repeating numbers, whispers when no one is there, a soft pressure in the room that makes your heart still. You felt the brush of air on your skin in a room with no breeze. Those were not accidents, not fragments of memory or tricks of the mind. Those were signals, divine fingerprints, left by the one who loves you and has never ceased reaching. They remember everything. The last conversation, the way you looked at them, the clothes you wore, the tone of your laughter. They remember you in full color, not as a memory, but as a living soul they still hold close. And their plea now is simple. Stop carrying the past like a punishment. Stop blaming yourself for what you did not know. You did the best you could, and I love you now more than ever. They see the strength it took to keep going, the nights you lay in silence, trying to be brave for the world, the moments you crumbled in secret, hoping no one would notice. They noticed, and heaven has taken note of every act of quiet endurance. That is why I was sent. That is why this message found its way to you, not by chance, but by appointment. You are closer than you think, closer to your breakthrough, to your peace, to the answered prayer you once gave up on. But you must do one thing now. Do not walk away from this moment. Let your heart stay open. Let your spirit remain soft. Because someone in heaven is whispering. Tell them their miracle is near, and I'll be there when it arrives. I will speak again. Beloved soul, be still. Do you believe in divine timing? Because this, right now, is that very moment. Not a coincidence, not a random scroll. This is the space between worlds, where heaven and earth meet briefly, just long enough for eternity to place its hand on your life. Someone you love asked for this message to reach you. They are not gone, they are transformed. Their voice no longer passes through lips, but through light. And today, that light shines into your soul. The door you've been knocking on, it is about to open. The person you've longed to meet, they are being drawn closer. The answers you've begged for, they are being whispered into the hearts of strangers who will soon speak the words you've waited to hear. But you must not sleep through this. You must not walk past these sacred signals, distracted by fear or dulled by disbelief. Miracles do not always shout. Sometimes they arrive in the final 3 minutes before we give up. Sometimes they speak just before the tears fall. Sometimes they say only, "Open this," and wait for you to listen. You did listen, and that proves something extraordinary. You are ready. Ready to receive, ready to heal, ready to believe again, even if your belief comes with trembling hands and a weary heart. Now they are smiling. From the high places beyond sight, they are beaming. You heard me. You felt me. You opened your heart again. I'm with you, and I'll stay until your miracle arrives. Let this settle within you. Heaven has waited for your yes. The one you loved who walked ahead of you into eternity did not vanish. They ascended. Their breath became light. Their presence became wind. Their heartbeat now echoes through divine spaces. But their love stayed tethered to you. They are not only watching, beloved, they are participating, co-creating, interceding. And now, beside you stands Archangel Michael, mighty in presence, sword of fire drawn, not to strike, but to shield. His wings cast a holy shadow over your home, over your name. He has been dispatched to defend your destiny and to clear the path that sorrow tried to block. You may have felt like no one was fighting for you, but you were never without protection. Even in your loneliest nights, you were surrounded. Angels whispered to your weary soul. Heaven kept vigil when your strength gave out. And now you are being called to see again, to feel again, to believe in what the eyes cannot grasp. They show me now, you by a window, eyes distant, wondering if your prayers have gone unanswered, if they've been heard at all. Holding a photo, an old message, a faded keepsake, wishing for a sign, something, anything to say, I'm still here. This is that sign. That flutter in your chest, that warmth pressing softly on your shoulders when no one is near, that's them. They moved the curtain. They made the light flicker. They stirred your spirit in the middle of the silence to say, I'm here. I never stopped loving you. So don't dismiss it. Don't talk yourself out of believing. You're not making this up. The unseen is real, and it's reaching for you now. I will speak again. You are standing on sacred ground. There's something you've forgotten, not with your mind, but with your soul. You've forgotten that you are not behind. You are not late. You have not been abandoned in your journey. You've been protected. The delay you resented was a divine barrier. You weren't rejected. You were preserved. While you thought the world had moved forward without you, heaven was clearing the battlefield ahead. You see, the one who left this world and still loves you beyond measure, they've watched. They've seen every time you questioned your worth, every moment you shrank yourself to be accepted, every quiet ache you carried because it seemed like everyone else was moving forward while you stood still. But you were never standing still. You were being readied. Your soul was being fortified. And now the time of reversal has begun. What was broken is mending. What was stolen is returning. What was lost is being found. And when the miracle comes, because it will, it won't knock twice. It won't wait while you hesitate. So listen to the one in heaven as they whisper now, promise me this, that you won't give up on the edge of your breakthrough, that you won't trade your calling for comfort, that you won't let fear speak louder than faith. Because angels are not just watching, they are moving. Assignments have been given. I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to remove what has tried to delay your blessing. Darkness tried to dim you, but its time is up. Heaven has declared it. The battle is ending. The reward is being released. You may not understand now, but you will. You've been waiting for this moment your whole life. There's something sacred about this moment, not because of what you see, but because of what is being seen. Heaven sees you now, not just as you are, but as you truly are. A soul marked by purpose, refined by fire, and held with a love that cannot die. And the one in heaven who still carries you in their heart They're saying something soft, almost too delicate for earthly words, but I hear it clearly. I never stopped loving you. I never left your side, and I will stand beside you the moment everything changes. They will be there. When your joy returns, when the door finally opens, when the heaviness lifts, and you breathe like it's the first time in years. They'll be there in the wind that brushes your hair, in the light that touches your skin like a blessing. That's them saying, I'm proud of you. And yes, you've wondered if messages like this are real, if you're just imagining the comfort you feel. But let me tell you plainly, this is not coincidence. This is a holy encounter. Heaven has reached through the veil because the veil is thin. That sudden peace you felt, that tear you didn't expect, that breath that came from a deeper place than your lungs, that was divine, and it came for you. Because God has not forgotten, the angels have not stopped working, and the one who loves you beyond the grave has not stopped reaching. Your miracle is not coming, it's already begun. Let this settle within you. The light is returning to your spirit. This is not the end of your story. It is the turning of a holy page, a beginning written in the ink of every tear you've cried, every prayer you thought went unnoticed, every moment you chose to stay instead of give up. Tonight, before you close your eyes, speak their name with love, out loud or in silence. Whisper it through tears if you must. Say, I miss you. I love you. Thank you for not letting go of me. And wait. You will feel it. A shift in the atmosphere. A warmth in your chest. A stirring in your soul. They are near. They want you to do something now. Not for them. Not for me. For you. Forgive yourself. Say it. I forgive myself for not knowing. I forgive myself for not doing more. I was doing my best, and I am loved. And now, release it. Release the bitterness. Release the fear. Release the resentment that clings to your joy like a shadow. Because something is being prepared for you, something sacred, something beautiful, something unexpected. Someone new is coming, not to replace who was lost, but to honor what remains. A soul who will not take you for granted. A love that feels like home. Someone chosen, yes, chosen by the one you lost. And when your heart flutters without warning, when you feel an unfamiliar joy rising where grief once lived, know this: they helped send it. Heaven is still moving, love is still orchestrating. And you, beloved, are walking into something holy. I will speak again. A new chapter is already unfolding. If you are still here, still listening, still breathing with this message in your heart, then it means your soul is ready. And when the soul is ready, heaven responds. The one you lost is still here. Their form changed, yes, but their presence, eternal. You didn't lose them. You didn't lose love. You didn't lose the path. It all simply shifted into something unseen but no less real, into something sacred. They've seen your struggle to move forward. They've watched you dim your light just to survive. They've heard the questions in your silence. Am I forgotten? Did I fail? Did I miss my moment? And now heaven answers through them. No, you are remembered. You are rising. You are right on time. Your delay was never denial. Your heartbreak was never the final word. Your emptiness was just the soil where your next miracle was planted. And now it blooms, quietly, then suddenly, softly, then unmistakably. In the next few days, expect the unexpected. A word, a dream, a sign. A moment that feels like deja vu, because heaven already showed it to your spirit before it came. You are being guided even now. You are being watched over. You are being loved with a force that defies human logic. So don't turn back. Don't return to the shell of who you were before hope came calling again. You were not meant to merely survive. You were created to rise, to shine, to awaken. You may not understand now, but you will. This is your divine appointment. They're asking you now, gently, firmly, with love that echoes through realms, don't forget who you are. Don't forget why you're still here. Don't forget the sacredness of your breath, your tears, your heartbeat. The one in heaven who never stopped loving you, they're watching even now, smiling through tears, whispering, "You didn't lose me. I went ahead to prepare something greater. I'm still walking with you, every step, every sigh, every triumph yet to come." You may not feel strong. You may not know what's next, but your willingness to believe again, even with trembling faith, has opened something in the heavens. This is not the end. This is not a farewell. This is a beginning. You'll begin to notice the small signs more clearly. More peace in places where you once felt tension. More light in conversations that used to drain you. Songs playing at the perfect moment. Birthdays, numbers, winds, whispers. All of it divine. Your name has been spoken in heavenly places. Your prayers have been gathered like treasure. Your heart, bruised but not broken, has been wrapped in angel hands. And now your path is opening. The people, the provision, the purpose, everything is aligning. So walk forward, with eyes open, with heart open, with hands ready to receive. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are divinely held. Let this be the day everything changed. Let this be the moment you remember forever. The day heaven whispered and you listened. You are chosen. You are seen. You are loved. Let the light remain.